He came to Edinburgh buoyed by his big announcement on mass deportations yesterday. Today was a mission to park reforms tanks on Holyrood's lawn. But Niger Farage was soon accused of reaching for the reverse gear.
I was very, very clear yesterday in what I said, that the deportation of illegal immigrants, we were not even discussing women and children at this stage. There were so many.
So it is official. As you heard from Niger Farage there, you under Niger Farage government, you are going to see the largest deportation in the history of United Kingdom. 600,000 people, according to Niger Farage, will be deported from the UK if his party wins the next general election. 600,000, including women and children, will be deported from the UK. Let me know what your views are. 600,000 people will be deported from the UK. This is something that we have not seen before. According to Mr. Niger Farage, he's very, very clear that under his, if the reform wins the next election, 600,000 people will be deported from the UK. You heard it right. What is your view? Are you anxious about what is going on in the UK? Some people have said the United Kingdom is no longer recognized.
A reform government would seek to deport 600,000 people over 5.
That is the plan that Mr. Niger Farage has unveiled. He said he wants to do something that no politician in the history of the United Kingdom has ever done. No politician, according to Niger Farage, has ever been brave enough to do what he wants to do now. Now, let us listen to one of the people that is supporting Niger Farage.
An issue is immigration to you.
Well, I can't get a job. They come to this country and they just get a job just like that.
So when you apply, what do they say to you?
Well, I've got a criminal record. Assault.
Assault?
Yeah.
How long ago?
Well, I've been out of prison now 3 years now.
And so you blame immigrants rather than your criminal.
So that brother can't get a job. And the reason he can't get a job is because he's got criminal record. And the immigrants are to blame for the man having criminal record for committing crime. According to that young man, he cannot get a job. The reason he cannot get a job is because of immigrants.
Donald Trump, right, to make England great again.
How would he do that though? What would you want to do?
I want him to buy England like he wanted to buy Canada and make us a state that we're proud of.
You want to be part of the United States?
Yes, because that's the only solution.
That is another Niger Farage supporter who is blaming immigrant again. Now, the United Kingdom is stepping into uncharted territory. Niger Farage, he has been allowed to dominate the airway. The man has gone unchallenged. Nobody is asking him the hard questions. The press, a section of the press in the United Kingdom is giving this man a free ride. The United Kingdom is beset by multiple problems, facing aging population, low birth rate. The NHS is in crisis. We are living in one of the worst cost of living crises of our time. Despite all the problems that is facing this great country, Niger Farage wants you to focus on immigration because he knows that that is the only way he can get the key to Downing Street. He doesn't want to tell you how he's going to improve your life chances, how he's going to improve the cost of living, your life chances, jobs, the NHS, the issue, low productivity, the issue that is facing this country, debt that is spiraling out of control. As we speak today, UK PLC is spending billions servicing the national debt. He doesn't want you to focus on all these issues. He only wants you to deport. He wants you to focus on migration. And the strategy is working very well for him because no one is asking Mr. Farage any question about how he's going to address the multitude of problems facing this great country. The man is being given a free ride. He knows that as long as he talks about deportation of migrants, that is the way that he will get your vote. That is the way that he will distract you from the multitude of problems facing this country. Some people call this is no longer dog whistle politics. This is xenophobia. It's been normalized. Even the other mainstream party, they are playing catch up. The Labour Party is trying to sound like reform. The Conservative Party, one of the reasons Kemi is no longer popular is because people on the Conservative Party, they think that Kemi is not doing what Niger Farage is doing. And all this is happening because Niger Farage, for those living outside the UK, if there is an election today in the United Kingdom, Niger Farage and his Reform Party, they will be heading to 10 Downing Street because all the opinion polls shows that they are ahead in the poll, they are leading on the poll, and this is why Mr. Farage is doing what he is doing. Let me know what your views are. You're an immigrant. Are you worried? What the 600,000, as you heard, 600,000 under reform-led government will be deported out of the United Kingdom. Women who have fled persecution, women who have fled the most oppressive regime in the world. Their children, they will all be shipped and deported back to where they came from. Niger Farage is even saying that he's willing to pay the Taliban to accept refugees. So British taxpayers' money is not going to go to murderous regimes like the Taliban. They will get British taxpayers' money. And some people are clapping their hands. They are happy that Niger Farage, according to some of them, speaks for a large section of the public that feel that they have been ignored for a long time. Are you an immigrant? Are you anxious? Are you worried that 600,000? Because if you look at history, the government that tend to do the most appalling thing in the history of human race, look at Germany. The government that did one of the most appalling things was elected. So do not think that this is only going to end with 600,000 immigrants. Whilst all this is going on, Niger Farage knows full well that he hasn't got, he's not the one, he wants you to focus on the issue of migration because he knows that that is the only way that he has a better chance. He wants you to focus your mind on migration. I have said this times to a number. If you are an immigrant living in the United Kingdom, and you come from Commonwealth countries, you do not need to be a British citizen. I've been campaigning. One of the reasons that a lot of our communities are being taken for granted is because we do not vote. Make sure you go and register. You do not need to be a British citizen to be able to vote in this country. If you come from English-speaking country that was colonized by Great Britain, Nigeria, Ghana, Jamaica, India, Pakistan, Zimbabwe, any of these countries, you have a right to vote in the United Kingdom. And whilst Niger Farage is doing his own dog whistle politics, he has looked for our brother Zaya. He knows full well that having somebody who's got brown skin there is going to make people not say, oh, this man is not a racist. At least he's got an Asian brother who is there, advocating this a racist policy. He's doing it, and at the same time, that is a distraction. Regardless of what you might say about Mr. Farage, just imagine for 1 minute if we have leaders in Africa that truly care about their people, and if we have followers in Africa that will hold their leaders accountable, that will not be clouded by the source of tribalism and religion, which has allowed incompetence, corruption to flourish in a lot of countries in Africa. A lot of us, while all this thing is that regardless of what you might say about Trump and Niger Farage, at least they claim to be responding to the yearning and aspiration of their people. But when you have people in Africa who are leading, they only care about themselves, and you have followers, even among you that live in the diaspora. When you see something that is wrong, because this man or woman comes from your tribe, you will justify it and you support it. And tomorrow, when your threat in this country, in the UK or America, is threatening, you say, oh, they are talking about us. They don't care about us. Why should they care about you? The problem is we. Those of us in the diaspora, we are as worse as the ones back home. When something is bad, as long as it comes from our tribe, we condole it. You see corruption, you see incompetence, you see nepotism. But because the person carrying it out comes from your tribe, you justify it. That when Niger Farage is now threatening to deport you, you start shouting when you've destroyed your home. We have to change our mindset. Niger Farage knows full well that the only way that he can distract the public's attention, as we speak today, there are more over 65 years old in the United Kingdom than 16 years old, which means that there are more people relying on the government than people taking in. About 5 million people are not working in this country as we speak today because of health or other reasons. Niger Farage, the UK is facing low productivity problem. So if Niger Farage deports 600,000, would that improve your quality of life? Does that mean that you have more money in your pocket? Would that improve the economy? Would that improve the NHS? Would that improve school for your children? The man doesn't want you to focus on the real problem. He wants to distract you by focusing your mind on deportation to get the keys to Downing Street. And when it comes there, it's going to destroy the economy of this country because he hasn't got any plan. I have not seen any plan. If he has a plan, let Niger present the plan. If Niger has a plan to lower taxes, to improve the quality of life of working people in this country, most of us love this country. We want this country to be a great country. We will support Farage, but we want this hate to stop. The hate is not the working class who are clapping for Niger Farage. Niger Farage hasn't got any plan to improve your life. He's only deceiving you by talking about deportation, so that you focus on that, whereas he's not going to improve the life of the poor people in this country. And for those of us, I repeat, who live in the United Kingdom, who comes from Commonwealth country, you do not need to be a British citizen for you to be able to vote, because you need to have your say. That is the only way for you to express yourself. Nigeria, India, Pakistan, Jamaica, Zimbabwe, any country that was colonized by Great Britain, you live in the United Kingdom, you have the right to vote, and you must use that vote. Because before Niger Farage, when he finishes with the 600,000 he wants to start with, we do not know where this is going to end. And that is why we have to be alert. We have to be part of the democratic process. We have to shun crime or anything that can be used against you. Make sure you go and register to vote and have your name on the electoral register. That will increase your credit as well. And those of us in the diaspora who support bad government because the person comes from your tribe, your ethnicity, your religion, you need to have a think. Or when Niger Farage is chasing you, if the country where you came from, if the country is in a mess, you will have nowhere to run to because that country is in a mess. Let us support competence. Join together to fight corruption and make sure you register to vote because it is your right to vote in the United Kingdom if you come from a Commonwealth country. Niger Farage, let us see how this is going to play out with your plan. And we hope that you will come up with a credible plan about how to improve the NHS. I would like to sit down with you and ask you a question about how to improve the NHS. I love this country. I want this country to do well, but dog whistle politics is not what we want. We want a real solution to improve the life of the working people. Don't forget to give